Stay Hot or Not is back, and so is the Cold Curse. Let's start off with Carlos Correa. Over his last 17 games, he's hitting .373 with an 11.23 OPS, 3 bombs, 5 doubles. A veteran that I love personally. I have a lot of love in my heart for this gentleman. Evan Longoria, 405, one short of Ted Williams with a 13.15 OPS over his last 10 games with 5 homers, 2 doubles, and 15 RBI for the San Francisco Giants, who are in first place, by the way. Shout out to the NL West, to Monster Powerhouse Division. Speaking of being a powerhouse of the division, Austin Meadows, since the start of the Rays' run of winning 16 out of 17 fucking games, he's hitting .339. He's got an 11.81 OPS, 5 home runs like Longo, 7 doubles, 20 steaks in those 15 games. So shout out to the Tampa Bay Rays. Austin Meadows doing his thing as well. But since I do believe in the stay hot cold curse, I'm just going to throw it out there. I'm just going to throw a couple of names out there. We can see what happens. Xander Bogaerts, he might be 2 for his last 19. Kike Hernandez might be 3 for his last 22. I'm just saying. I'm just throwing those names out there. We can't have a guy who's the face of the franchise be struggling like that. And you know what? The face of the franchise for Kraft Mayo is being crowned soon. Very soon, actually. So you need to go over to Real Kraft Mayo on Twitter, Instagram. Someone's getting 10K. Someone is about to get breaded up chicken titties just to be the face of the Kraft brand. And we love that, don't we, Dallas?
Well, let me tell you who is hot, Carrabis. We can start in We'll start with the Giants. Kevin Gossman. Yes, those San Francisco Giants. Y'all can kiss my ass, just like Kevin Gossman is telling the rest of the world to kiss his ass. Over his last 3 starts, 17 innings, only 8 hits surrendered. His ERA, 11. He doesn't have one. Yeah, you got to give up runs for that to happen. He hasn't given up any earned runs over his last 3 starts, so he doesn't have an ERA. Opponents hitting a very dismal, very bleak 136. He's got a 0.71 whip. Very limited traffic. It's one way from the batter's box to the dugout. So Kevin Gossman, stay fucking hot for your first place San Francisco Giants. And when it comes to not being hot, Carrabis, it's very easy for me to stay out in the San Francisco Bay. I could do that and talk about Anthony DeSclafani, who's got an ERA north of 8 right now, a whip north of 2, putting a little pressure on his rotation mates in San Francisco. I'm not going to do that, though. That would almost feel like targeting. I'm not here for that. I'd also like to talk about a guy struggling in Boston. That might feel like targeting, too, but you know me, Jared. I'm not here for the lefty slander. The numbers just are what they are. And Eduardo Rodriguez right now, over his last 3 turns, Carrabis, has not been good. It's not been good at all. He's got an ERA north of 9, right? Not the 8 that the other Giants pitcher had that I'm not going to talk about, but this guy's ERA is north of 9 over his last 3 starts. That's Eduardo Rodriguez. Eddie Aces, as some refer to him as in Boston. An ERA north of 9 with a whip north of 2 basically makes him a crossing guard. The last time I seen traffic like that, I was stuck on the Mass Pike. Not hot. Not hot at all. Very cold, Carrabis. Mercury plummeting through the bottom of the thermometer.
You know who we're going to pick? Evan Longoria. Not because he is the hottest. He might actually be statistically the hottest. We're going to pick Evan Longoria because if we don't, he's going to leave snarky comments on Instagram, and we don't want that, do we? See you next week.
Winners win, losers lose. Complain and cry the blues.